You know what I mean? All right, we live now.
We live. We
We
lit.
are live now, guys. Sorry about that delay. We just, you know, it's the technology not wanting us
Yep.
to communicate the right way, but we push through, persevere, and we are here.
We
So what's
are
going
here.
on? Good people, man. It's been
Happy
about
hump day.
absolutely. It is Wednesday, guys. Our favorite day of the week. Well, every day is my favorite day. You know, I don't
Every
know
day is
about you,
another
Jimmy,
day.
but it's all about perception, right? You look at stuff like, this is an opportunity. We get a new opportunity. Every day is an opportunity. So,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me hit up the chats, let everybody know what's going on. But man, we got something special today, Jimmy. We talking about self-care, self-love, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So
Absolutely. It's a big topic and one that's
always.
misunderstood by many. I don't think people really understand what true like self-care and self-love really is. So I'm excited to, drop some gems tonight because I think whoever listens is going to get a good mindset shift.
Okay.
And
Okay.
by some of these gems, you're going to see, immediate change in your life. So I'm excited to dive in. We'll give people another minute or two to hop on. So I don't want
Yeah.
anybody to miss these nuggets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. So how your week been so far?
Busy, man, busy. A lot of training, a lot of
Okay.
moving around. Working on online coaching program, trying to get that launched,
That's
and
awesome.
getting back into posting content again. I've been slacking on Instagram. I hadn't really posted since like November, so I'm
Okay.
2 for 2 this week. I'm gonna post another reel after this. Go 3 for 3. So just
Just
trying to get the momentum back, like we talked about last week. Momentum is key. So how about yourself?
man, much of the same, brother. Just grinding and working, man. I'm doing the IT thing heavy, getting into the AI is hot, so just learning about the machines and technology and how things can work. And I see the crypto market has kind of been bullish lately. Shout out to everybody who's sticking to the crypto wave and just stand down because prices are low right now. This is a good time, good
Man,
opportunity if you got some extra money to invest in use case. Invest in things that have use case. So shout out
exactly.
to the UDA group. We had a couple new members this week. Greetings to everybody there. Guys, this
Absolutely.
podcast, we talk about everything. We talk about wealth, we talk about health, we talk about wellness, we talk about mental health, just everything that encompasses a good vibe, a good thing, right? So, welcome guys. Shout out to you guys. You guys who watching, guys, chime into the chat. Let us know, where you checking us out from. Any topics, anything you want to talk about. Guys, we got some projects coming. I actually had somebody reach out to me and ask me about we got we got all male group where we just kind of a brotherhood where we build each other up and hold each other down. No offense to anybody else, but we just we want to make sure we got something for the fellas because a lot of times our things go unguarded, right? And that's why we want to talk about self-care and self-love. you know Men talk about it, right? Because that's a thing and
Yeah,
it's really a requirement, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure, health and wealth go hand in hand, no
absolutely.
doubt about it, you know
Absolutely. I
no
was
no
actually
doubt about
thinking
it.
of one of my clients the other day. Pretty rich guy. He owns two very successful restaurants out here, one of the most popular ones in Naperville and another popular one in downtown Chicago. Makes good money. His house is amazing.
Okay.
And the reason why he works with me is because he could barely walk. Like he's
Mm,
in constant pain, tons of surgeries. He's almost died a few times from health complications, just
oh
from minor
man.
like procedures and almost bleeding out. And, I'm sure he'd be the first one to tell you that he would trade some of his financial success to be able to walk without pain, to be able to drive more than an hour without having to pump, some heavy pain pills. So, guys, you got to make sure that we take care of ourselves first, and I think the big reason why this, we're confused on what self-care really is, I would say society, because society has molded us to think that external things, materials, are what brings happiness, right? So we grind, we push, our needs to the side for the almighty dollar to get more things, to get more toys, to turn up. You know what I'm saying? But how many people do you see get the toys, but they're still unfulfilled? They're still, chasing the next thing.
It makes the void bigger. A lot of cases, right? Like, it just maximizes who you are, what state you're in. So if you're a happy person, you're gonna be happier. But a lot of times that's not the case. You get people who are just, sucked into the materialistic shit, and that just sucks you deeper and deeper. And next thing you know, like you got a $300,000-400,000 a month living expense. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I know people out here making that money, but I don't really understand or see the need for, these type of bills and spending that we doing when we don't have our foundation set up. You know what I mean? When we don't have a well to go back and not only get back what we spent, but get more and another opportunity and create another opportunity to create more wealth, right? More money, more things like that. So, man, brother, Dave East and I, like Jimmy Carter, wish I could stay. Nice work, guys. Oh, for sure.
Hey,
Appreciate you,
I
man.
know that's Facebook user. I believe that's Danny, because
Yeah,
Danny is awesome. Danny, a lot of people compliment me on like my presentation and speaking skills. Danny and Dave have been huge for that. They've been involved in media for
that's what's up.
Man, years, like professional TV. Their kids are on like Fox and stuff like that, and so they really helped me with my delivery and my speech and my tonality. So I appreciate you chiming in.
So let me ask you this: was that one of the your associates who you said kind of gave us that critique list a couple years ago? Hey, shout out to you, man.
That's exactly who that was. We
believe it or
bought the
not,
mics and all that stuff. And that was Dave. Dave
go
sat me
right
down.
back
He's
to
like,
that.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That's good stuff.
Don't take it personally. I just know what you guys are capable of. And he just kept it real with us. And that's when we bought all the lights and the mics and we stepped our game up.
That's a good deal. Appreciate that. So shout out to you, Dave. Definitely appreciate you chiming in with us,
Danny,
man.
we appreciate you.
You guys are right on for sure. We try, and that's the thing. It's come from experience, man. Like I'm, again, as I say this, and I will continue to say this, my goal is to be the person I needed when I was coming through this. You know what I'm saying? It's just tough because a lot of times when we get where we at as far as our mindset and our space in life, we tend to forget where we came from. And not to say like, oh, we came, go back to your old neighborhood, nothing like that. But the mindset you came from, that fear you had, that passion you had, that like puppy energy were like, hey, I just want to do it. And it's like, hey, you got to slow down. You got to take your time, turn this corner the right way. Don't cut it, just things like that. So, man, not to ramble on and on, but man, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Sure as honey, for sure. For sure. Love you guys. They say he's humble. Oh man, like I said, appreciate you, salute you, man. Any other critiques you got? Shoot them to the email. The contact info is in the description. Get with us.
Oh,
you got
even better. Danny's got my number.
That's what I said. I'm talking about me, Danny. Rock with me. I love it. I'm good with criticism, constructive. Do your viewers know I am Tim Weigle's sister?
Probably not. So Tim Weigel, I don't know, Burke, I don't know if you remember, he was like a real famous sportscaster on the news, like when we were growing up.
So like if I don't remember,
guys,
I promise my mother downstairs does. If you say news and sportscaster, because
I guarantee she'll know Tim Weigel.
And my dad will absolutely watch that sports. Rest in peace in the picture behind us. So
that's
what's up.
Danny's brother.
That's what's up. Oh man, this is awesome, man. This is good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesomeness. Oh, for sure.
Oh, we got a LinkedIn user. Okay, we on LinkedIn too. We hitting all the platforms. I love it.
Man, that's what I'm saying, Jimmy. That's it's 1% better every day, right? And we just trying to reach as many people. Appreciate people logging on. I think we will. Come over with Jimmy. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
with it.
definitely. Yeah, next time you're in town, Burkett, we'll take a trip. I'm way
Hey,
overdue to visit Denny, anyways. You know, we
you
used
ain't
to meet
said
once a week.
nothing but a word, man. I'm actually my mom's gonna fly back in town to Chicago this weekend, but I can get out there in February for sure.
Yeah, let me know. We'll go check it out.
For sure. I will help. Oh, that's what I like. And however we can help you, we want to return the favor. Appreciate it. Jimmy, it's set up, man. We gotta set it
Do it.
up.
We'll make it happen. We will make it happen.
Hey, I love Jimmy too. No cap. No kizzy. I love Jimmy as
I love
well.
you all as well. A
You
lot of
know,
love to
Jimmy,
give
my
around.
dog.
That's one of my things I put on my vision board in 2023 is just to show more love out here.
Absolutely. And what a better way to show more love than to help the people just understand how important self-love is.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
know,
Definitely.
you
We
know,
could dive into that. Definitely. So I definitely so we talk about self-love, right? So what do we mean here, right? Like self-love. Like again, we already hit it's not necessarily buying material things. It's
okay.
more so like how you treat yourself, right? And I want to throw some things out here that you may not think about when you think of self-love. And the first one, oh, appreciate you, Gina. Gina's dope.
Oh, for sure. Everybody who tune into us though. We have nothing but dope people who tune in to us and let us know that we're dope. And
Yeah,
only they can recognize our dopeness if they are twice as dope as we are.
exactly.
Right. So that's what we do. Appreciate you guys for sure. Hey Gina.
But first little nugget of self-care, and I know I struggled with this for a lot of years. And I think honestly it might be the most important, really thinking about it. And
Okay.
that is setting boundaries.
Hey, hey.
Got to set boundaries, guys. Think about this. Think about all the energy vampires in your life that just pull from you, that just drain you, right? Because you don't want to be the asshole, you just don't want to say no, you don't want to be confrontational, or maybe you just feel obligated to do these things, right? But it pulls on you, it drains your battery, and you have nothing left for yourself, right? You have to set boundaries in so many areas of your life. You and not only just set them, but you have to enforce them as well.
Mm,
It's one thing to say like, hey, this isn't okay, but you keep allowing it, right? Now people don't respect you either. You get what I'm saying? Then it just drains you more because you're frustrated. You're like, well, I told them I didn't like this, but they keep doing it, but yet you keep allowing it to happen. And it's just this vicious cycle. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't do you any good, doesn't do them any good. So you must be willing to set boundaries. And if you're not
absolutely.
used to doing it, it's very uncomfortable. But I'm telling you, as I've gotten better at it over the recent year or so, it helps. It helps tremendously, right?
Hmm.
Because now the energy vampires, they can't drain you anymore because you stuck to your rules for yourself, and it actually builds your confidence up. It's one of those things. It's like it's such a struggle in the beginning, but once you get past that initial uncomfortable, that awkwardness, you're
Right,
like, huh,
right.
you got your chest up now, like damn, that felt good.
Hmm.
That's what it's about, right? So definitely first, if I were to give anybody a tip on like first step of self-care, establish boundaries and be willing to enforce them.
Right. So let me ask you this, Jimmy. Let me
Yep.
go even before we get to the point where we are able to set boundaries because
Yeah.
again, you know, it's a lot of people out there who are at the beginning stages of whatever it is, right?
Yep.
So I think the first thing we need to talk about is how we can build confidence to be able to set those boundaries and not only set them but enforce them, right? Because I know I struggle with that, just
Yeah.
to, keep it real, open up here. Um, I was one of those people who it was hard for me to say no. It was hard for me to not help someone, or make me feel like I'm helping someone, right? And it was draining to me,
Yeah.
and I think for me it was a confidence, self-esteem type of thing, right? Like I knew I didn't really want to do it, but I didn't know how to say, hey, no, because I didn't want them to feel a way about me. I didn't want them to take it the wrong way and think I don't care about them. Because a lot of times it's people who are close to you, right? Who, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So let's help and really talk about how we could even build our confidence to get to that point where we can recognize that we need to set the boundaries and two, enforce the boundaries.
Yeah, so that's a big thing. And honestly, for me, confidence comes from repetition.
Say it. Say
Comes
it.
from repetition. It just comes from like really, like Nike said it best, just do it.
Facts.
And it's because it's one of those things where like the more you think about it, the more you're going to talk yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what you have to have almost a mindset shift of that you're not saying no to be an asshole or to be mean. It's just really because that you don't have the energy to do it or you don't have the time to do it, right? So it's more about just respecting yourself. So that's how you have to think about it when you do set the boundaries, when you do enforce the boundaries, is just think of it as self-respect. Like I'm looking out for me, and the more I look out for me, the better I am to show up, you know,
Right.
if it doesn't cross the line. But like I can be better for my family, I can be better for others, I be better for my business. But if I'm not leaking my energy on things that, aren't giving me any sort of value. But I
Right.
would say honestly, you know, action beats anxiety, honestly, and just understand that you don't owe anybody an explanation.
Mm-hmm.
You're not being a dick about it. You just
Mm-hmm.
politely say, hey, sorry, I can't do it right now. And leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't like it, that's not your fault. That's their issue that they have to deal with. Period. And that's something I struggle with too, because as you know, I've been called an empath, so I feel what other people are feeling. So when they get
Mm-hmm.
worked up, I get worked up. Like I feel that.
Right. You
And
take
it makes
on
me
that
uneasy,
energy. Yeah.
you know. But I had to learn that I'm not responsible for their feelings. You know what I'm saying? And then, somebody else put it in my mindset that if somebody is mad at you or they don't want to deal with you, they want to, jeopardize the relationship because you set a boundary, they never really rocked with you anyways. They wanted what they can get from you. So that's a relationship that
Straight
probably
up.
could have ended anyways.
For real. And this is how I was able to get past that, to get that confidence to stand
Mm-hmm.
up and stick to my guns, right? Um I was explained to it like this, right? I mean, of course, so this is the metaphor we all know about. When you're on the airplane, they say put your face mask on first,
Yeah,
because if without that, you cannot help other people. But
exactly.
let's go a little deeper, right? Even to the fact where I was it was told like, hey, let's say you got a family, right? And it's only one piece of meat. You're gonna give it to the kids, the wife, and make sure they eat, and then the man just they said no. What a man should do is a provider. He should eat that meat, get his fuel, so he can go out there hunt and bring back more meat. Because eventually, if the man doesn't get that meat, he doesn't consume that meat, and his family does, they will need more meat again, right? And the man has nothing, no energy to even go out and get meat. So if you come from that thought process, and let's connect it to, we want to help people, right? Like we feel bad about saying no, right? However, we got to understand that if we are not charged, if we are not where we need to be as a person, we will not be able to help anyone, including ourselves, at all. So a lot of times when you tell people no, it's helping them, right? Because that's what life is. Life is about having to deal with rejection, right? So,
Yeah,
you know, just to kind of throw it out there from a different standpoint, we're taught that saying no is okay. We're not taught. Oh, absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. It's like
Yeah.
saying no is a mean thing. You being mean because you say no.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's,
Exactly.
and that's just not the case. Great comment. You
Great
know,
comment. Great
that's
point.
that's that's just not the case, man. So we got to build that confidence up to be able to identify that we need to set the boundaries, and just as important as setting the boundaries, we have to enforce them. Because let's be honest, we're gonna get tried, right? It's gonna be a time where you say, okay, I'm gonna say no in this situation, and guess what? That situation is gonna happen. And whether you get away with saying yes when you mean no, or you should have said no, that's not the point. You're gonna know as a person if you were able to stick to your guns and if this is really something, a change that you want to do, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, man. So good point.
absolutely.
Good
So
stuff.
boundaries, guys, boundaries. Very, very, very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And next part, self-care. We got some boundaries and stuff. Okay. So that's cool. That's
All right.
protecting, yourself in the external. But now what are you doing every day? So let's talk about discipline, guys. Discipline is a very strong form of self-care, right? I know from experience when I'm slacking in the gym, I'm slacking in my diet, I'm not working on my business like I'm supposed to. I feel it. Like I don't feel well. And what do? Because I don't feel well. I do even less, right? You just kind of snowball.
Exactly.
I find
Right.
myself sleeping more, laying on the couch. I'll do it later, procrastinating. However, on the flip side, when my diet's on point, I'm in the gym, I'm
Okay.
being productive, I'm getting things done, I'm organized. I feel better. I feel more confident. I feel more energized. Like life, it just seems to be going better. So I encourage you guys, look at what you do every day. And it's all about, you want to be disciplined in that. You set the boundaries. Okay, cool. You're keeping your calendar clean from energy vampires and all that. But now what are you going to do with that extra energy? What are you going to do with that time that you got now? Right? You're
Right.
going to waste it. You're going to watch Netflix. You're going to, spend a little extra time on Facebook. You're going to dance on TikTok, or you're gonna build something. You're gonna be productive. Or you're gonna hit the gym. You're gonna meal prep. Are you gonna read that book, right? Are you gonna start on that project you said you were gonna do? See, guys, action beats anxiety. I said it earlier. My coach used to teach me that you have to be disciplined in your day-to-day life. You want to be building something. Tony Robbins always says the key to happiness is progress.
Hey, that's
That's
a
from the GOAT
word.
himself, Tony Robbins. He said the key to happiness is progress. If you are not making progress in your life, well, then you're going to be depressed. It doesn't matter if you take antidepressants. It doesn't matter what type of affirmations you say. If you're not proactively doing things to make progress in some sort of area of your life, you're going to be depressed. And he said that's why people commit suicide, because they reach that point where they feel there is no hope. It's not going to get any better. So the only alternative is just to end things, which is unfortunate, right?
It
Because
is.
we're in this world. There's a lot of solutions out here for us. There's a lot of resources, if we're willing to, come out, get some help. But you gotta be disciplined in your day to day and start doing things that improve your life. And
Facts.
we talked about this last week. It doesn't have to be, you just quit your job and you start the business, right? Just on a whim, something like crazy. You're trying to hit a home run right out the gate. No, something small, like little wins. Because when you learn to celebrate the little wins, guess what? You appreciate the bigger wins too.
For sure, man.
Progress is progress. If you lost 2 pounds because you stopped drinking alcohol at night, well, that's progress. That's a big win. It's not 20 pounds, it's not 50 pounds, but hey, 2 pounds is 2 pounds. That's better than you were a few days prior.
Right. And if you continue at that pace, let's say 2 pounds, let's just say a month, right? I mean, let's say a month. It's 24 pounds. That's
Facts.
a lot of weight. That's a
It
lot of
is.
weight. So we just, again, it goes back to getting 1% better every day, right? Just doing things consistently, right? Focus on being consistent versus focusing on what the big goal is, right? Again, refer back to the gym. If you say, hey, I'm gonna go work out 3 days a week, start small. Start by saying, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna drive to the gym and walk through the door 3 times a week. You can walk your ass in and walk right back out. But do that 3 times a week. Because guess what? You get used to the habit of going to the gym. Then say I'm gonna stay for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And just keep building on that and building on that and building on that. So man, Hold on,
Yep.
I see. I gotta dump the pop. I need my Jimmy Carter fix. Man, yeah, that pop is something else, man.
Man, people don't realize, how quickly those liquids add up in terms of calories and sugar, even alcohol. That's actually the big one.
I'll say especially fucking alcohol.
That converts to so much sugar in the body. I've had people who gave up drinking and lost 15 pounds right out the gate just from giving up booze. For real.
That's crazy.
There's alcohol. They didn't even change the food age, just giving up drinking.
That's
15, 20
crazy.
pounds.
They made your job a little easier.
I know, right?
Say results. Voila.
Exactly.
Stop drinking for a month. Oh man, that's great. That's funny.
So drink more water, guys. It's good for you. We talk about discipline, daily discipline.
Absolutely.
Again, trust me, you get discipline in your life, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna be more confident.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like the outside is brighter, Yeah. And this is a great transition to go to the next part about self-love. One of my favorite parts. Gratitude.
Yes.
I know some might be thinking like, how we're talking self-love. How is gratitude self-love?
Man, that's the ultimate form of love.
Man. Okay, we got a question. What about those vitamin waters? Yeah.
So if you're gonna go vitamin water, get the 0 sugar.
Right. And it's like you might know why not even go vitamin water. You know what I'm saying?
If you're gonna get the one with sugar, I forget how many grams of sugar per bottle. I want to say 16, maybe 20 grams, which is fine if you do one, but think about if you do 2 or 3, that adds up pretty quickly. Go to 0 sugar if you're gonna go vitamin water. That's my suggestion with that.
Let me ask you this, since we're talking about that. What about Crystal Lights?
Same thing. It's one of those things. It's I wouldn't necessarily call it like healthy. However, purely from a caloric standpoint and weight loss, go for it. If you need that to force you to drink water, go for it.
Right.
But if you're talking remember, health and weight loss could be 2 different approaches. You get what I'm saying? Like if you were trying to say, hey, I'm trying to get my health in order, I'd say probably avoid the Crystal Light and go with like water with lemon or fruit to try to flavor it as opposed to, Crystal Light. But if you're just trying to cut the calories, but you need that flavor, go ahead and, go for it.
Got you. Oh,
those taste awful.
Yeah.
I like True Lemon personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the True Lemon packs.
So what I like to do with the Crystal Lights, ain't nobody else here like to do it, but I'll get one, put it in the pack, and I'll put it like extra water in it. I like water it down,
dilute it. Yeah,
and that's for taste because it's like too sweet for me. Like I'm like, it's not sugar calories, but it's still sweet. So yeah, anyone watching, talk to us.
Yep.
Guys, talk to us in the comments. I'm popping every comment up. Let's do it. So man, I'm on the tail end, but I rock with the Crystal Light. I mean, that's I'm a Crystal Light guy, but I don't do a lot. I do water. But when I need something other than water and I don't want to go to pop, I don't want to go to Gatorade, I don't want to go sugar route, I pop a Crystal Light, and like I said, man, I dilute it with water and ice, and it gotta be cold, and I go that route.
Yeah.
So speak up, guys. These guys know. Man, when I saw the speak up, I'm like, damn, the mic ain't been working because guys, we've been having technical issues.
Like, man, technology's been real to us tonight. Like, what's going on?
I was so disappointed. Like, speak up. I'm like, man, we've been here talking for 30 minutes.
I've done that before too. I filmed.
I know
got to cut my mic on. 20-minute vlog. Got to start over.
Oh man, that's good stuff. I was nervous. I'm gonna start sweating that because I was like, damn, man, like, but now that's what's up. But yeah, we know a little something.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, man.
But like I was saying,
about gratitude.
Gratitude, absolutely. So you might be thinking like, how could gratitude convert to self-love? Man, look, gratitude. For me, and I can only speak for me. When I'm nice. When I say, hey, I'm gonna be the first one to speak. I'm going to speak to people regardless. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the Windy City, man. We're not friendly. We not. We not. I moved down south and shit, man. I've had people I never met tell me their whole life story in the parking lot from coming
Oh,
from the grocery
in the
store.
South,
Dude, it's crazy.
every time.
Chicago, I get, you know how you see people like on the train, on the bus, in traffic, just certain points, certain days, weekdays, and grocery store, whatever. You see them for 20 years, never speak, never speak. And I'm not saying be their best friend, right? But hey, wave, nod, things like that, and giving gratitude. So when I give gratitude, it's such a release for me. Like, it's like, oh man, that was like, man, I feel good about myself. I spoke to that person, whether they speak or not. Now, some people they speak and it makes me feel better. Honestly, it's like, damn, all right, cool. Because you will see, like, like I said, I'm in the South, so you see like, big beards and big just, country, whatever. I'm like, good morning. Good morning. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So that is awesome, man. Try it out. Stop being so tight and, just speak, head nod, give a, you know what I'm saying? Just, man,
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I want the viewers to participate. Okay, let's do that.
Yes. I agree. Get the engagement, get the chats going.
Absolutely, guys. Engage. Ask Jimmy Carter. I do all the time. Yep.
Oh yeah, Danny will speak. Danny will
We have
speak.
to help each
Danny's a
other.
talker.
That's what's up.
Danny will work the whole room. Danny will know everybody's name, everybody's background.
That's how you do it. Eye contact. That's huge. That's huge. And you know what? Now, because my mom, she taught me that as a young man, right? Like, always give eye contact, always, proud chest and deliver, right? So not only do I respect people that do that, like I notice it, but I'm looking for it. So when people do it, I'm like, okay, it's just like a little some different. Like, okay, they get it, right? They get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah,
For sure.
Danny taught me that too. Danny, she was, critiquing me because I trained Danny. That's how I met Danny at the gym. And,
Okay.
Just my presence, working the room, leading a group of 6-8 people while they're working out. She talked about eye contact, being tall, head up, how I stand, like things like that. Those little things, like how it all matters.
Yeah.
And it was weird for me at first because, me, I'm naturally a quiet guy, so it was uncomfortable. But as I started doing these things, like I saw how the people around me responded differently, not even just in the gym, but at the grocery store and things like that. And I remember one of the things that her husband, Dave, said, like, just tell yourself, like, hey, like, they're my friend. Just tell them, like, even if they're not, like, just to have that mindset, like, hey, this is my friend here. Right.
Yep.
And it's different because, again, Chicago, right, where we come from, you had to be tough. Like,
right.
Like you had to always be honest, but you just never know who you could trust.
That friend is more of an enemy. Like, you'll label that person an enemy before you label them as a friend.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Yeah. So I had to get out of that mindset being out here in Naperville where people aren't on that. So, yeah. So when I shifted that mindset, that's when like my charisma and stuff started changing. And I just paid attention to how people responded to me. It was just so much different, right?
Yeah.
It's a different vibe. It's a different energy. It's all energy, guys. That's what you got to understand. It's all energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can give out good vibes, you give out bad vibes. When you express gratitude, definitely you're sending out good vibes, sending out love, and you're going to receive that back.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, extravagant. I'm not saying roll out red carpet, throw a party. Just a head nod. Just what's up? Eye contact. Hell, anything,
I hit him with a hey, how you doing? Just
all of that. All of that.
She's like, no one listened.
All right, so you got to tell. Well, is that what you were saying about how she was telling you to, Ojeda? Because she said you got to say which.
So
I just hear that.
No, just I kind of just hinted what I said earlier, just about
how you gotta.
I was
head up.
Presenting myself and just I grew up ashamed of my voice, so it impacted how I communicated because in my mind, it was like that 7-year-old who got picked on for how he spoke. So like,
And
I
what's
was battling
crazy?
that inner demon, and it would show up in my body language too. So I told Danny, like, I need help. Like, I want to be a better speaker. I want to be able to communicate better. I want to have more of a presence like Tony Robbins. And she said, no, he wanted to be like me. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because Danny, like I said, Danny's going around talking to everybody. But I also knew Danny was on TV and stuff too, TV and radio. And you can hear, if you ever hear Danny speak, it's very very energized. It's very passionate. And you can see why she's able to work through about how she speaks and how, her body language and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I want to be like that, like, because I knew it would make me a better trainer.
Man, that got me excited because, I told you I wanted to do the, the public speaking, impact speaking, stuff like that. I remember we talked about that, Jimmy. So, see, that's what I'm saying, Jimmy. You got all these aces in the back pocket, man. We got somebody who can help us out with the speaking and the confidence and delivery and just overall everything. Very energetic. Got your room going. Yeah. Talk to me. Yes. Do you remember me mentioning that to you, Jimmy? I was saying, like, man, we should set up a website, go around to the schools, maybe talk, to the youth, just kind of catch them early as far as health, wellness, investing, mindset. I'm sorry. And
we just talked about that.
She coached speakers. Say less.
I told you.
Say less. Well, I mean, it's worth having a conversation, right? Because you can say, hey, you guys got it, or hey, you guys don't, go be a janitor or something. But it's something I want to do. And it's because I'm passionate about it, right? I want to help people. And, I was a teacher before, so it's kind of following that same line. So yeah, let's get that going. Love it. Shout out to you.
Next time you're in town, Burkett, we'll take a trip. We'll take a trip and go visit Denny and Dave. And they're good people, man. We'll have a good time.
Man, let's do it. And yes, we are losing a lot of kids. And I can't tell you how many text messages I've got of a Facebook screenshot. Hey, Burkett, do you remember this kid? And I'm already knowing where that's going. So, but yeah, let's set it up. I need a reason to come to Chicago. Like I said, that's the home. And if business, even better. You teach high school. I used to teach high school as well. So let's set it up. We'll come to your school and speak. You could coach us, and it's set up. Let me sit up, Jimmy. She said you sitting up, so let me make sure I sit up. I'm coachable.
Danny got on me about that.
I'm coachable. Bring my favorite girl. I think that's on you. I already know who that is. So
we already know it's Ari.
That's a deal.
Deal. I'll bring her.
Man, I love it. This is good stuff. This is awesome. So, guys, that's what it's about, making connections, helping each other. Iron sharpens iron. And, man, oh, yeah, she's awesome. I could feel the energy, man.
Mm-hmm. I'll be
I know y'all. First of all, we do Georgia. So, we just need a reason. We
got people in Georgia now.
Look, we move around. We come to Georgia. I got cousins in Georgia. All I need is a reason to come to Georgia.
One of our partners just moved to Georgia.
Shout out to Crave, my content guy. He in Georgia, guys. Georgia
Marco.
Is right. Marco and Georgia is. Get up with us. We'll come to Georgia.
We'll make it happen.
Tell James if you are going to. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I know Dave. Dave from the group, right?
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, for sure. Dave could do
it. Yeah, Dave was one of my coaches.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Absolutely, right. Yeah, shout out to Dave. Yeah, guys. So, man, that's what it's about. Connecting 2023. Hey, I feel good, right? This was self-love right here.
Like you talked about, just connecting with others, right? See how that brings the energy up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I put one before the other one. How did you guys meet? You all meet? Say we played together. Say Dave coached you, right?
Dave coached me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't have the pleasure of being coached by Dave, although meeting Dave, I'm sure that was a great experience. So
Oh yeah, Coach Dave is one of my favorite coaches of all time.
I can see that for
Talk about
sure.
high energy, super passionate coach. But most
Mm-hmm.
importantly, he was a coach that cared about the players more so than the X's and O's, and I respect that. And
So
now that
he
I'm in that position as well, coaching, like it's bigger than the game.
absolutely, absolutely, and that's one of the things I talk about too. I miss coaching. I'm not coaching. I actually ran into a kid, man, and he asked me. He said, "Man, you gonna come back next year and help out?" I was like, you know. So I actually, I don't know. I was thinking about it, Jimmy. I might be
Make a comeback.
unavailable in the evenings. Right. Give me a position and just, you know, rock it out. Help
There you go.
help out these youth. Get them to be awesome adults and citizens. So absolutely. But guys, we are over. Oh, my brother loved coaching high school kids. My brother loved coaching high school kids. Oh, for sure. That's therapy. For me, that was therapy. You know, uh just as and the best part was to see the development of them, not only on the field, but you know, in life, right? Hey viewers, where's everyone from? Yeah, guys, let us know where you from. Where are you guys chiming in from?
Well,
Talk
we got
to us.
Albany, Georgia, and we got Warrenville, Illinois.
So he didn't like the NFL like high schoolers. Yeah, I can understand why he didn't like the NFL.
A
Trying
lot of
to
egos in the NFL.
right coach a lot of rich adults. And some of them still bums too.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Georgia. Shout out to Georgia. Add that to your podcast. Ask where everyone is from. Absolutely. Good deal. Good deal. Good. Got
North Carolina. Okay,
Winston-Salem,
okay.
North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina. How far is that from Charlotte? I just don't have I'm not a geography guy. So how far are you from Charlotte? Because I want to go check out Charlotte as well. Winston-Salem. I'm gonna have to look that up. So we got Georgia, we got Winston-Salem, we got Illinois. Yeah, I said it with an S. Ego rich complainers wanting more money. You know it. All
OBJ.
about the money. You say OBJ?
Look like I see at least I see a little box that says OBJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably.
definitely. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know I talked to a lot of guys at the pro level who went back to college because they were like, screw this.
For sure.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't deal with the egos. Couldn't deal with the fact that, the player makes more money than them. So essentially they have more power.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like you're coaching with your hands behind your back.
All right, so it's about an hour from Charlotte, depending on traffic. So that's not too bad. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out because I was looking at Carolina. Guys, I'm into the mobile home investing, so Carolina is a hot, hot state right now. So appreciate that. Shout out to you in North Carolina. Winston-Salem. NFL players will spoil brats. Indeed. Indeed.
Well, you get a group of guys who've, their whole life have been told how great they are. Then you give them money on top of that. I mean, but
And the thing is, money with no guidance. Like I don't think they really help those dudes a lot. He loved
no.
Dick. Yeah.
What do you mean, Dickus? Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
get the program with the educating the kids going. Absolutely, man. We've been working on something for a while now. You know, it's taking a little bit to come into fruition, but we definitely gonna get that launched.
Yeah. And
You
that's
know,
the thing too, we've been in business and doing business long enough to learn from our mistakes, right? And we don't want to rush it and not have the foundation the right way. We understand it takes time, it takes planning, and it takes a team, it takes a group effort. So we just want to make sure that we put all those things in place and they're solid and ready to go. So we do it the right way. But we definitely gonna do that because that's what we do. That's the passion. Close to the highway, so about 45 minutes from you. All right, so it sounds like we, rock with us, guys. Subscribe to us. Subscribe to my YouTube at Coach Breakhat TV, as well as Jimmy at Ingrain the Train, and you follow us and get with us, guys, because we will be doing things. We got the coach online, so we gonna be working. We gonna make it dope. All right, I can't stress enough how bad it is for a lot of youth coming out, guys. I know that, like, I've seen it firsthand. So I was a special education teacher at a therapeutic day school. Therapeutic day school in Illinois is a code word for right before prison, right?
mhm.
It was search to get in, metal detectors, and I mean, and they got this tough outside, this tough exterior, tattoos, fucking wounds, right? But again, eye contact. I look people in the eye. I talk. I'm sorry. I talk to them how I would talk to myself, to my brother out on the street, because I got that in me. I have it. It's so I could come to you on that level and I say, hey, I came from that, and look at me. I'm not, awesome, but I'm not out there doing that. I don't have to, on my back all the time. Somebody feeling nothing for me or coming back, and man, at the end of the day, they was kids. They was in that color. We had coloring books, tough kids. Jaquan, like, man, because they call me Coach B. Man, Coach B, you supposed to have my coloring book today. And I was like, man, that's, just to hear that. But I'm like, you're
Yeah.
right. So they kids. But if they see evil, hear evil, and are spoken to in evil, it's the energy. It's just transmitted,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Just this because we take the money winning. Yeah, yes, 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 yes. Absolutely saving money, because that's a whole nother topic too. Pro athletes or people with celebrities who just lost fortunes, and now it's becoming it needs to be addressed as well, because now you got these college athletes who getting these deals and they need to learn how to manage their money.
Facts.
Because I mean, again, if you broke, but now you got an NIL deal, let's just say 50 grand, man, they gonna go buy a chain. They're gonna go buy a chain
Mm-hmm.
and then still be broke and still
Yep.
got it. Man, don't get me going. Don't get me on my soapbox. But yeah, we
Met a
definitely
kid
got to
last
get
summer. He's got a $4 million deal already. Quarterback out of California, going to Tennessee. 4 mil as soon as he steps foot on University of Tennessee's campus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, they
NILs
bring
in
it to
high
high school
school.
now too.
Man, yeah. That too. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just going younger and guess what's gonna happen at some point? Because the genetics, we just evolve, right? It's gonna be an eighth grader. Because I've seen some pictures of some big ass eighth graders. So it's going to be an eighth
Oh
grader, but
yeah.
he's going to get a deal, or she's going to get a deal, and now it's going to trickle down, to a younger age and a younger age.
I've trained eighth graders who had D1 offers.
You got that? I want to make sure you see that, Jimmy. I'm putting the ball in your court. Send that text, please.
Got
Thank
you,
you, sir.
Denny.
But yeah, for sure. So now we addressed a need for it. So now we got to do our part and start chopping at it, right?
Facts.
So let's do it. Let's do it. Man, shout out to the audience, man. You guys, this was a good thing. This was great self-care, great love. You know what I mean? I
Good
appreciate
energy.
that.
Good energy. That's what it's about. And that's what we
Absolutely.
talk about with self-care, guys, is about getting that good energy going. I know that's kind of a buzzword in today's day, but that doesn't mean it's not important. You just got to understand how to make it work for you.
Absolutely. And guys, please connect with us. If you like this video, if you're on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on so you are notified when we go live and we post content that's good because we just want to help people. Again, follow and subscribe to Jimmy's page at Ingrained to Train on YouTube. He got great content, guys. I'm talking about Jimmy is like an encyclopedia of everything, right? So shout out to Jimmy, man, and good one, guys. Appreciate that. Shout out to the
Appreciate it.
audience. Definitely felt the energy, guys. And we're gonna be back next Wednesday at the same time, 7:35, bringing you guys things that'll help you become a better you. And remember, we want to get 1% better every day. All right.
Progress equals happiness.
Oh
Remember
man,
that,
that just
guys.
made me smile. I'm here for you guys. See, I don't get that a lot. You just, I like you. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, good deal, guys. So we're gonna let you go. Enjoy your Wednesday night and man, hit the rest of the week hard. Practice these practices and let's get it. Yoo-hoo! We're gonna end on that. Peace.